Basically started in the winter of 2002-2003, where we bought a parachute off of eBay and flew behind a golf cart and off of small hills until we kind of understood about the concepts of flight. During the end of that spring, we started exploring, because it's one of the most fun things that we found in the sport. And we found many sites around near our house, because the closest official site was 2 hours away from our house. And so we found one that was 40 minutes, and it was a perfect site with a 1,000-foot mountain and a consistent thermal coming off of it all the time. And so that was the end of the first summer of flying. And then during the winter we went to school and we couldn't fly as much. And then during the winter break we were able to get down to San Francisco and do some flying on dynamic soaring. And we met an instructor, Enlo O'Connor, who's an acrobatic and civ instructor in California. And he talked to us and he saw that we had a lot of potential. And so he talked to Chris Santa Crow and found a way to get $1,000 from the Scotty Merit Fund, who was a cross-country pilot who flew into the Alps and they never knew what happened to him. So there was a big fund that was made to try to find him, but he was never found. Yeah. So they wanted to give the money towards new pilots starting out. And so they gave us some money to become safer pilots. And so this was at the end of our school year of high school, and so that was the first summer that we didn't exactly know what to do, so we decided to just leave the USA for 1 year and go travel. So we saved up money during that summer and learned as much paragliding as we could and got to being able to do SATs and stalls. And then in November 2004 we moved to Chamonix in France, and here we just practiced and skied. It's one of the best ski resorts and flying sites that we know, and so we just practiced the whole winter after the summer of 2004 and did as much flying as we could and really took as many steps as we could to progress to where we are now. This was when we first got our camera and we started filming each other and experimenting with filming, and it was really helpful for us to film the other one, and then the one that was doing the acro can see exactly what he did and how it looked like. And so then during the winter of 2005, we competed in the first Voliski competitions, because we didn't just focus on paragliding, we wanted all areas of the sport. And so we practiced and did some quite good rankings in the competition and just had a really good time. Then the spring, when the conditions really started getting good in Chamonix, we started making cross countries and practicing as much as we could.
Some really amazing flights from Chamonix to Annecy and then back to Chamonix.
Yeah, and flying around the Mont Blanc and into Switzerland, like as far as we could. We decided we wanted to try to progress even more by doing competition, because we found in skiing and other sports that competition really makes you progress very quickly. Even if you don't do well, you still become such a better pilot at the end.
You learn so much.
So we were able to get our first contract with Acrotwins and got some new wings for the competition of acro follies. And so we did some acro shows in the Lecco Acro Show in Italy, as well as Lorraine during the Chambres Open, and we found that we can do acro demonstrations to kind of pay for cross-country competitions, which was like perfect.
Yeah.
So we flew the rest of that summer and decided that we really needed to start studying after a year of like just fooling around. So we applied and went to a school in Paris for the winter of 2005 and 2006. Summer, our contract was finished. We got our new wings with Ozone, and our summer started going to Canaries 2 times. And then we went to Saudi Arabia because a prince invited us there, where we basically did a trip because we'd known him from Chamonix. He's also a paraglider pilot and has a chalet in Megève. He invited us out to his country, and he wanted to kind of make a film on doing a sailplane all around the country. So we arrived, and he has 2 sailplanes, and then when we land we can do paragliding and just fly with the sailplanes as much as we can. And so we started out and going up the north and just doing a big tour of the whole country. And it was actually the place where we got our highest record of 6,300 meters in the thermals, because they're quite strong conditions and desert with dust devils, and so it was quite scary, but it's an amazing country to fly.
And after Saudi Arabia, we did a trip to Turkey, where we were originally invited for a festival in the south, and we got some very nice flights there and landed right in the center of town and did some nice shows. And then we moved up to Denis to do aerobatics. You have a huge mountain and you fly over the beautiful Mediterranean, land right on the beach, and people are really nice.
Yeah, we just land and someone's there to pack up our wing, and we go and have like a massage or something.
Yeah, it's really
Turkish
nice.
bath. And so then we organized with another a friend there that we met, and to make a festival at the end of the summer. So after Red Bull Vertigo, we organized Denis Acrox Festival with 25 pilots we invited out to Turkey, and they basically flew like every day from 3,000 meters, and we made like a long pool like right on the boardwalk of the beach, so people can just come down and pond skim all the way across it and land, and that was quite interesting. And so then after that we went straight to school, like directly after the competition. We ran from the airport to school.
Yeah.
And started our next year, and so that's where we are now.